There's music. This guy.
They gon' stink model. Serving the act out of big beat bottle. Don't tell me shut up, you are not my boss. Turn up so much now I just can't turn off. Don't call me back since you can't answer when I call you. Daddy was a rolling stone, I get it from my father. Chain so heavy that I can't wear all the
Hi, oil. I'm kidding. My people, welcome to another one. Welcome to the Collection Podcast. The Collection Podcast where we discuss everything youth related. It's like I've been saying this thing so much now. So I think you already know what the Collection Podcast is all about. So don't mind my voice today. I'm a little bit under the weather, but yeah, we're still gonna continue. The country we're living in is under a crisis, so we're trying to fix it one topic at a time. There's nothing much to it. It's just a couple of guys, young guys who are sharing their opinions about stuff. Today I'm just gonna introduce the team real quick. I have Michael on the sound. I have AT behind the camera. Today I have a special guest. Well, it's not really special, but you know what I mean. He's my friend, a person I consider a brother. So today we're just gonna be talking about a few topics that we came up with. Nothing much. He's going to introduce himself. So you can go ahead.
So Molweni, Sanbonani, am I audible? Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Elishe. My second name is Zwelise,
Mm.
and my surname is Zenzile. Just a bit of background about myself.
Okay.
So just a bit of background about myself. So I'm from the Eastern Cape,
Uh-huh.
in Vendane. Some people know it as Bathurst.
Okay.
So I'm from there. I was born here in Western Cape, but most of my years I've spent them that side. So yeah, actually I came here in Western Cape 2015,
Mm.
around those years.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, I'm also grown up by my two loving parents, you know.
Okay.
I have 6 siblings.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm the second child, so that's a bit of background about myself. So
Okay.
yeah, I've done a lot actually as a young.
We'll get into that. We'll
Yeah.
get into that. We'll get into
Yeah.
that. For now, what I want us to speak about today is
Mhm.
as young people, right? You agree with me if I say this? As young people, we do have dreams,
True.
right? We live with dreams and we think about dreams most of the time. It's either you're sleeping or not sleeping, but you have dreams
Yeah,
and
but-
aspiration, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And you agree with me if I say the most followed aspiration or the most desired aspiration is varsity.
Mm.
Majority of people or majority of young kids, they study or they go through university. They go through a high school, and the end goal is to get into an institution
And
like
also
university
find a satisfying job.
and find a satisfying job. But before that, they want to go to varsity,
True.
right? So I just want us to speak a little bit about the infrastructure of the varsity culture.
Mm.
What happens in varsity, things that people can look out for.
Yeah.
The environment, and
Yeah,
so forth. So the question I have for you first is, how did you feel when you got accepted to varsity?
Bro, I wouldn't lie. There are like mixed emotions, firstly.
Mhm.
But mostly I was very happy because my parents actually were also happy for me.
Okay.
Because it's
You
not,
gotta make the parents
Yeah,
happy. You know what I'm
you
saying?
because for example, it's not easy to actually come here in varsity. You have like your destination actually is determined by the marks that you get in high school.
Mhm.
So basically, I got good marks, so that's why I was accepted here in varsity.
Mhm.
Very happy online, and I actually thought I wasn't gonna come here. Like honestly,
Real?
yeah. 'Cause
What?
Age, bruh. If I can tell you stuff.
Nah, we got time, niggas.
Because like in high school, I
Mm.
wasn't focused that much as other students, you know.
Okay.
So according to there was a lot, bruh.
Mhm.
Firstly, I had like a group of friends that were older than me. You know?
Okay.
So we're like, we'd go like into parties, you know, and all of that. But then at the same time, I didn't have like that much of a time to actually study, go through my books.
Okay.
But in God's grace, bro, I'm here. But yeah, it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was so happy, bro. How about you? Like, how did you feel?
No, bro, I'm not going to lie. Né? Like, for me, I didn't think I was gonna get in. That's the first part.
Yeah. Same as me. Crazy.
Yeah, that's the first. I didn't think I was gonna get in because the marks I was aiming for, I didn't get.
Same.
The marks I was like studying towards, I didn't get. So I didn't think I did enough for me to get into a university institution. The only person that believed in me was my maths teacher.
Maths teacher.
Yeah, you know my
maths teacher.
You know what I mean? So after I remember this one day I came to my school to collect the statement. So when I got there and then I looked at my marks, I was disappointed, bro. I was really disappointed. You know, I was in that point where everybody was saying I did good, but I don't feel like I did good. You get that point?
Yeah.
Where I sent it to my I sent the statement to my results to my parents, and they were very happy to like ecstatic. But for me, I was like, I could have done better. Huh?
Yeah.
So I deep down, I didn't think I was gonna get into varsity. Right? But then after I collected the statement, the following day, when I got an email from UWC, my guy, I didn't believe. Firstly, I didn't believe I got into university, and I didn't believe I got into university in a city where I wanted to live for a long time. You know what I mean? So it was life changing for me.
Oh, so where exactly are you from?
I'm from Durban.
Oh, Durban. Okay.
Well, I grew up in Durban, but I'm originally from Tata. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So in Kabaya, I'm Tata, but yeah, I'm Tata, but I grew up in Durban.
Actually, bro, about the results, I was actually surprised on my side, bro.
I seem like you're getting so good in high school, bro.
I was actually surprised, bro. Like, when I collected my statement, I remember it was around 8 in the morning.
Okay.
I went there, bro, in a queue, and then collected my statement. When I checked it, I'm like,
was it good or bad?
It was great, bro.
Which means you're putting in the work.
So, like, I was surprised, bro. But then, man. And then after that, I was like, okay, I do have a potential almost. Because at some point, I was losing it in high school. So I was I had a lot of things that I was facing actually in high school. So
personal stuff.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, no, man, like, let me not ruin this chance.
Okay.
Because most people, Abandabanis actually look up to me.
Okay.
Okay. Since I've done a lot of things in high school, like good things. Yeah, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah. Step by step.
Yeah.
Now we're in varsity, right? We have entered varsity. What was your first expectation when you entered varsity? Because
that's a good question.
Because listen to my question, to listen to where my question is coming from. We watch a lot of movies. Right? So we're always seeing how the varsity life inside those movies. Did you expect that it was gonna be like that, or did you expect something different?
First things first, expected, but firstly, I expected, but I will see a lot of people.
Okay. So it's varsity.
Yeah, so exactly. So like where I come from, like remember you have that thought or that mindset of high school.
Okay.
Like there are limited students or there are not a lot of people in the high school. So now I expected to see a lot of people. For sure that did happen. And I also expected okay, I'll come here every day, I'll speak English every day.
So you think you're gonna find your people?
Yo, bruh. Yeah.
You didn't think you're gonna find your people?
Yeah, I didn't think so, because like I thought of like the space. Firstly, most people will be here. Secondly, most people come from different backgrounds.
Okay.
So actually, like there will be a lot of people that won't speak the same languages I speak.
Okay.
People and the So I thought, okay, I have to prepare myself for that.
Okay.
Yeah, emotionally, mentally, and also physically. So yeah, those were some of my expectations. Yeah.
Well, for me, the reason why I went to the movies, I expected the varsity to be like that.
Yeah.
When you get to varsity, you're gonna meet people that you're gonna be friends with for the rest. You know what I mean? It turns out it wasn't the reality. Varsity is quite different from that, but you touched more on emotionally, spiritual, and the physical part of
preparing yourself. Yeah.
Can you elaborate more on that?
So, firstly, as people are different, with different characters.
True.
So for sure, meeting different people that also have different energies than you. You have to actually prepare yourself mentally, because you won't find people that think the same as you.
True.
So I had to go through that thinking pattern and also preparing myself emotionally, because I'll find people that are soft-hearted, people that are stubborn, so I'll be like in that mixture of abantu. So now I had to actually prepare myself through the path that I was going to take. So that's why I said that emotionally I had to prepare myself. Mentally, I have to also prepare myself for that. Also physically, man, because you have to look good, in varsity and stuff. Just a lot.
Christ.
Yeah. So how about you, Vem? Like, did you not like go through preparations?
What preparations? Listen, bro.
You can't come here.
Nah,
You come like from high school and just come here.
Yeah, I
just be
did.
yourself.
I did.
Nah,
That was
did you?
it was the worst mistake I made. Because let me tell you, bro. Like everything, yeah, me and Zara like real quick.
Okay.
So I got accepted. Right? The following day, I got approved by NSFAS. After that, I got money to book a bus to come to Cape Town.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Just
Everything did fast in 1 week. Got money to book Cape Town, and the following week I have to be in Cape Town by the 2nd of February. I still remember the date. When I got there, I went to George first to meet with my parents. My parents was going to drive me to Varsity. And I got there in George. I slept one day. The following day I had to be here. So when I got here, everything was already ready. My rest, I've never struggled.
So you didn't get time to like think self-introspection and just think about
that point. After 1 week in Varsity. But when I tell you that was the hardest week of my life, I'm not kidding to you. Because I used to call my parents, I'm like, I don't think I'm equipped for this. Yo, everything is moving fast, bro. Everything is moving fast. I'm not used to the speed. And I'm thinking, what if I'm doing this and then the other person is doing that? Now I don't think I'm in the right track with what I'm doing. And nobody's going to take me aside, like teachers. No one's going to take me aside and like, you're doing good. Let's change this and that. You're alone.
You see about that. You see about that. I remember back in high school, right? I had like a teacher, a geography teacher, or Mr. Cham. So like after school, I would actually get a chance to talk to him about varsity life, because he was new, like he understood us how we think as abantwana abancane. So now I would actually get some time, just to ask him about varsity life. How is it? How are the people? What should I expect? All of those things. So now coming here, having that bit of a knowledge, it was first week actually great, because during orientation I made like so many friends.
Okay.
Since I'm also a talkative person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. And I also saw a band with that where you see when a person is like in the closet, he doesn't want to come out
of the shell
during that orientation week. So I saw also those people. I'm like, hey, but yeah, man.
I mean, it's alive, bro. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
I want us to elaborate more. I want us to look at something more. I want us to look at the environment of athletes.
Okay.
Right. I want us to look at how the environment can change you, good or bad. Right? Because like many people are not aware of this thing, because like we don't have the type of people like geography, right?
Yeah.
Most of us. We're gonna tell us what can do in varsity, the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons of varsity. No one actually tells us that thing.
Yeah.
We are the ones who figure it out by ourselves in varsity. Now, some other people are not that lucky. You know what I mean? You can figure it out, and then when you figure it out, it turns out you're actually going the wrong way, because there is a wrong way. There is a right way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I want us to get in more. I don't want to say much, but I want us to get more in the environment of varsity. So how has it impacted you as a person?
You see, my brother, one thing I can say firstly is that curiosity it's very important in such a way that being curious helped me to gain knowledge about the environment that I'll be exposed into. So, and also you can also become a product of your own environment. For an example, here in varsity, there's a lot that happens here. I would like, but that's called lab. So you meet new friends up, and those people actually come from different backgrounds. Now, so now, you guys think different.
True.
So for an example, they love to do like those kind of stuff. Yeah, bro. So now getting into or being mixed with those people will actually get you to have different ways of thinking in terms of your values.
Okay.
Yeah. So the values that you got home or the
Let's say, for
moral-
instance, abazali.
yeah, the things
Okay.
that you learn from your parents is you will come here and everything will actually change. You will think, no man, I have freedom, so I can do whatever I want. Those were my thoughts. But
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, those were my thoughts in my first year. So I'm like, no man, like there's akekho tatam, akekho mamam. Yeah, bro. So now I'm alone here. And since I'm alone, I also have these friends that think in this way. So now I'm like, okay. And also at the end of the day, we are here to have fun and at the same time study. For sure, I won't drift away from the goal, but then at the same time, I have to have fun. Yeah, bro.
We have these
man.
type of friends. Like, you know what? Okay.
Don't charge.
I'm not judging you.
So yeah, man. So in some of the things you actually go through as a varsity student, you get to be exposed in a lot of things. You see, and then those things actually test you spiritually
As a person.
as a
right?
person, yeah, and mentally for sure. Because I've actually came across abantu abaninzi that mentally they are actually ruined by varsity, the system
Okay.
itself. For an example, here in varsity, you compete. It's a competition. It's a marathon.
Doesn't matter which competition you're talking about, but everything is a competition.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Everything is a
specifically here in
competition.
varsity, you are competing here.
Yeah.
With a lot of people. People that are brilliant more than you are. So now you have to prepare yourself for that. Okay, my marks, mhlambi, for an example, I'm here for education for sure. So now, since I'm in this competition, what should I do to actually be in the competition? Because some people, they're no longer in the competition.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Because, for example, like, if I would talk about some people, kunzima, it's hard for them. And they actually lost everything. For example, lost funding because some people are funded by bursaries. Yeah,
that's
so
true.
now keeping on failing also makes you lose those days.
Yeah, it would affect you, person. Can affect your track record with the person.
Yeah, so if I see environment here in varsity it actually requires a person that comes here prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, but for everything. Yeah, but not just education-wise, but then also people, how they will influence you as a person to become what you want to be, So yeah, man. Because for example, your friends have a big impact towards your life, But yeah, I laugh.
It's funny that you're speaking about varsity as a space more than education, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the people when they talk about varsity, they talk about an institution that provides education only. They would provide you with opportunities to enhance your knowledge that you already have in high school. But when you get in varsity, the enhancement is there. But then now, as people who are in varsity, we can tell that it's different. It's more than that.
It's more than that.
There are many factors that affect you in varsity besides education, that's what you came here for, and you can't neglect them or you can't ignore them. A prime example: your friends, the environment that you are around in,
the enjoyment.
the enjoyment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the freedom.
Women that you get exposed to. It's the honest truth. It's the honest truth.
Okay, it's
at
cool.
the same time, people have to actually know these things. They
Okay.
have to actually be prepared for these things, Yeah, and also another thing that I wanted to mention is that education can either build you or destroy you. Yeah, my brother. I think you know about this.
Okay, listen. On my first episode, right, I said something along the lines of in 1994, there was a statement that was made by Nelson Mandela. It was like, education is the key. In 1994.
It's no longer the key.
85 years later, that statement is a joke to us now.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying? So can you please elaborate more on what you said?
According to my own perspective, I think we've been played for so many years. Our education system, we've been played as a bundle that we're exposed into. For an example, going back to my first year, coming here in varsity, I didn't expect us to dwell into the things that we learned in high school. For an example, it's more of like my first year, we were still in high school. For an example,
Oh,
yeah,
the MEM 151.
yeah, we're dwelling into things that we already knew. So I thought we're gonna like learn about new things, explore, like do experiments and whatnot.
I love where you're going.
Yeah,
Okay.
so now that actually drifted. Okay, for an example, it made me look into this education in South Africa as if like it has failed us as black people. It has failed us as the youth specifically. So yeah, that's one of the things I actually thought about, and till this day, I feel like we've been played.
So that's why you're saying education can either make you or destroy you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
can make you, build you, or destroy you.
So do you think
Choose.
do you think as a varsity student, as you've seen other institutions and if you walked around different campuses, do you think that the trajectory that education is taking in varsity is to build people or to destroy them? In your opinion?
That's a very big one. Big fish to swallow.
Because we don't want to really dwell on this basic education system, because if we do that, the first episode we tried to do that and we didn't finish. So if we do that, then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I just want you to just touch a little bit about the education system in varsity. Is it building students or is it destroying them? Because I have my own opinion when it comes to that. Seeing what the university students have done, what the university have done to students, but I'm gonna have your opinion of thoughts on that one.
On the other side, I think it's destroying a bit.
Okay.
A bit. And then on the other side, I think it's actually trying to build a bit. Because for an example, here, specifically here in UWC, they have tried to introduce most of these companies. For an example, I think the day before yesterday, I was in a seminar for Amazon. So they're actually inviting most of these companies that require students specifically for internships.
Okay.
For these courses that we do. So somehow they are actually trying to build, but then at the same time they're not trying enough. I feel like they're not trying enough in terms of building us as students. Because yeah, man. And then at the same time, I feel like it's destroying a bit because I don't feel like there are many opportunities
For students.
here in varsity to actually help them, elevate them so that they can see the light. I feel like somehow, man, they're not doing enough. Although I don't know how to explain, but then most people would agree with me that they are not doing enough.
I do agree with you.
Oh, bruh.
Because people say I'm negative, right? That's a distinction I have. I'm not negative.
That's actually negativity also like helps to enlighten people.
It's fine, but I'm not negative.
Yeah.
I'm a realistic. I look at things in real life and I tell you based on how I see them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So let's look at the infrastructure. Let's take our varsity for instance.
Yeah.
Let's look at the infrastructure in UWC. If I take you to a life science building, I take you to the educational building, and I take you to the physics building, can you see the distinction?
Bro,
Which means
a lot of difference.
That tells me, there's some faculties that take preference over the art,
That's true.
or take precedence over the
And there are
art.
some faculties that are lacking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, which means they are not putting they are not putting funding towards the physics building, but they are putting funding towards the education building, the life science building.
Yeah.
Right? So which means there are some other students that are actually neglected and they're not given the tools or the resources to actually strive in the real world. Because in the 20th century, the only thing that you had to supposed to do as an academia is to learn theory and take that theory and do it practical.
Apply
it practical, right? So that's why you had your things like factories and everything. So if you're a man and you work in a factory, you have succeeded in the 21st century. But things are different now in the 21st century. Now we have instead of a two-way street, you have a three-way street, right? You have theory, you have computational skills, and then you have practicals, right? This is where we're lacking. Because if you go into a physics building right now, we are still using pen and papers. In 2025, we are still using pen and papers and we're still using a calculator. While other kids in some institutions, they know how to code, they know how to do all those things that are actually necessary when you go to a looking for a job. So in a way, they're not providing us with the skills that we need to actually get a job. So why are we even here?
Why? That's a real question right there. Why are we
even here? That's the question I ask myself every single day. Because you can't tell me ngifundisa into engizobe ngisebenzisa in the next 2 years or in the next 3 years. But that thing is not necessary when I look for a job. Because the minimum thing you have to do, as for me as a science student, the minimum things you have to do or you have to know is Python. That's the minimum. So if you're not gonna teach me Python, what am I doing here? Because I came here to learn skills that I'm going to apply in the workspace. But you're teaching me about skills that were applied by people in 1950s. How is that gonna help me?
That's a real question to actually ask.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we're moving in the wrong direction, Doug. We are really moving in the wrong direction, but that's not the topic for today.
Yeah.
Let's move on to we talk about the environment. We talk about the things you can expect in varsity. Let's look at the academia part. Fine, we're looking at the academia part, but then now let's look at the things you can do in varsity, right? Because you're not only gonna study, go to parties, but then you also have to network, which is something that people don't really tap into.
You see,
elaborate more on that.
You see, when it comes to networking, I think most people don't actually get the idea behind it. You know, they don't understand how it can help them to know the real world outside.
Okay.
Because for an example, I remember one of my friends, he doesn't like to talk to people. Firstly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's I don't know, maybe it's his character, maybe he's an introvert. But then I don't believe in such things. Introvert and extrovert. No.
Okay. Why don't you believe in such things?
Because it's just a term to actually drive us away from the truth. Because for an example, people, we are humans. People don't understand this. We are humans. At the end of the day, we are humans. And humans have to speak to other humans.
Talk your truth.
Humans have to understand other humans. So now when you come to me and be like, I can't speak to people, and then I will look you in this kind of a way and be like, my brother, what are you saying? Because you don't understand what you're exactly saying.
Yeah.
So in short, there's no such thing as introvert and extrovert. You just have to speak
according to your opinion.
Yeah, just speak to people, my brother, and then everything will happen. Then last year, I remember, I'm also a tutor, but then I remember before becoming a tutor, I had to go through a process whereby I went to consultations with my lecturer, and for my module that I was doing last year.
Okay.
So now becoming a tutor, I'm coming to this thing of networking. I had to actually speak to her direct and be like, hey, ma'am, I'm struggling with A, B, C, and D. So how about you try and help me with this? Because I really, really need to be in this space.
Okay.
Yeah, and try and have new skills such as leadership skills and also know people that know other
important. Talk your truth.
So now. That actually helped me to also know how the varsity space works.
Okay.
By talking to people, and those people will take you to other people, so that you understand exactly how this system works. You know.
But I don't. Bruh,
So, yeah.
how important is networking?
It's very important, my brother. For an example, you will never know anything unless you network.
Okay.
And networking helps you to know everything that happens in that environment. For an example, as I've said, that my lecturer told me that I have to go to whom so that I can get A% due, so that I get this position that I'm at as a tutor. So I got into that position because of networking. So networking actually helped find the right people at the right time, and also apply the knowledge that you have so that you can get into such positions.
Also, speaking about that, not necessarily networking.
Yeah.
Looking at it from only networking with your lecturers and everything, because that's also important. But we're looking at it from if they're like career expos being held varsity or in campus.
Yeah.
Go to those career expos. Expose yourself. Ask questions, and
Bruh.
you know, what's your take on that?
Because, like, I remember, I think it was the day, I think it was on Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I spoke to this other friend of mine.
Okay.
He told me about Amazon. Amazon was there, Mos. I told you
Yeah,
that
you
the day
told-
before
yeah.
yesterday I was there. So I spoke to this other friend of mine. He told me about this event that was going to happen. And then I'm like, hey, my brother, are you sure that this is going to happen? He's like, yeah, my brother. And I would advise you to go there. Just sit there. Even if you don't ask questions, even if you don't do anything, just sit there and listen. Listening is a skill. Just listen. Whatever they say, listen. And then I went there, sat, I listened. I'm like, hey, most people get internships because of this.
Yeah.
Because those people just talk, and then they give you a sites or a websites where you can visit, apply, and then boom, you got an internship. So I sat there, listened. I'm like, okay. And they also told us about this other bazaar that is opened. I'm like, if I wasn't there, I wasn't going to get all of that information. So that's the importance of networking.
Okay.
Yeah. And just going there, listening and getting new information and being exposed into new things. Yeah, that's very important as a student.
So would you say that in varsity, skill is more important than acquiring academic knowledge? Okay, let me put it like this. Acquiring a skill is more important than acquiring knowledge, academic knowledge.
I think honestly speaking, acquiring a skill is very important.
Okay,
That
okay.
knowledge. Because remember, when you acquire a certain skill,
Yeah.
you actually know how to utilize that the knowledge that you have about the skill, or you know how to. For an example, if I say, okay, I've acquired a skill of building a cup, I'll build cups that I can sell. Remember, if you have a knowledge of building a cup, but then don't have the
Practicality of building a cup.
building exactly the cup, then that's where the lack is in terms of having the skill and having the knowledge. So, but these things also work hand in hand, because
Okay.
the one that has a knowledge requires the one that has skill. You see, so that they can build this cup. But then the one that has a skill sometimes doesn't require the one that has. So it's very important to have a skill. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can, like, as time goes by, then just go and learn about this. You see, although you have a skill, just go and learn about a certain thing and be like, okay, now I'm sorted. I have both. So very important to have a skill. What about you, my brother? What do you think? Because
like I said, man. Like I said, right now, I'm sorry, but the days of a person who has an IQ of a high IQ level and who knows how to read a book, a physics book from page 1 until page 167 can make a difference are over.
okay.
I'm sorry, but those days are over. For me, in my opinion, those days are over, dog. Right now, the only thing you have to do, or the only thing you need to acquire is a skill that will be reliable, or they will actually help you in some instances when you go into the real world. right? Because the only thing they wanted back then, it was like a person who can sit down and be able, and is good at math, and you know what I'm saying, and be able to think is. But now we have computers and machines for that.
That can
Right?
do all
They
of
can
that.
do all of that in just a split second. So if your basis or your whole focal point is based on that, you don't really have a point, or you don't really have a space in this world.
You see
You know
now,
what I mean? So now you need to acquire a skill that's unreplaceable.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For,
yeah.
for some reason, some other people, as much as I'm running plumbing. Like, let me tell you something. I remember when I'm running plumbing.
Bruh.
Plumbing
Like
if you let, bruh, plumbing will always be there. There's always going to be someone who needs something fixed in their house. Every day, all day. Every day, all day. There's always going to, so learn a skill that's unreplaceable. That's always going to be there.
And you know one thing about Abantu is that by Kancani College,
Okay.
by Kancani College, they underestimate the Abantu that go to college, because people that go to college actually go there to acquire a skill, certain skill. For an example, boiler making. My brother was telling me this other day about he wants to go to college to learn about boiler making and actually have a course of boiler making. I'm like, go for it, go for it, because at the end of the day, skill is very important in these days. Yeah, to just have something in your hand that you will be there to provide.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because and also about like plumbing.
Yeah.
That's true. Everyone needs plumbing.
Everyone needs plumbing.
In your house, my brother, you can't put that pipe, my brother, by yourself. Why you will struggle? That's why
You need someone who has that skill, and someone who possesses that skill. Because even if you can build so many machines, bruh, but a person on a track or who does plumbing, there's something about that person.
Bruh.
The person is reliable. You know the good also figure, and he's gonna do your thing, and then also shine the pumengale. You pay them the money, they're out.
Done.
That's a skill.
Yeah,
Right?
importance of
I feel like the other thing. It's funny that I touched on that. The other day I was thinking to myself, I'm like, wouldn't it be best for us to go back to the basic type of jobs? You know what I'm saying? Like, because back then, if you are a man and you're doing plumbing or working in manufacturing or somewhere, you were like a decent type of man.
Yeah, and
you know
you're
what I'm
making
saying?
a good living
You're,
out
you're
of
making a good living out of it. But so many people are so focused in doing so many things, like, oh, bruh, I'm a fine shit, bruh. I'm an influencer, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It's like so many people are chasing social media. They're not looking they're not looking at the juice down there.
Oh, bruh, you touched on this. So many
You know what I'm
people
saying?
are focusing on.
So I feel like a skill is way more important. I'm not saying don't do social media,
yeah,
but
I
do your
understand.
thing.
Yeah,
But then on the other hand, it's the same thing as school. Go to school, learn what they're teaching you in thingy, right? In the lecture rooms. But then make sure that you be able to network and learn a certain skill that you can apply or that you can acquire when you go into the real world.
Yeah.
Because having a degree and having A's in the degree doesn't mean anything in nowadays.
doesn't mean anything, and it's
Anything
very
at all.
painful.
Even if you can have masters, honors, PhD, doesn't mean anything if you do not have the skill that is required to do the job.
My
You
brother,
are useless. I'm sorry to use that word.
you can have that degree, but the company will say we want a 3 years experience.
What did you say? What did you get out of experience? If you're sitting down in your room and you're just chilling there and you're studying with your thing, with your books, and you are a good student, no experience would get from you.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think that notion of being a good student and studying, going to the library, not doing anything besides studying is over nowadays. But that's why networking is very important.
Very important.
That's why exposing yourself and exposing yourself in certain things is very important. I was looking at 80's story the other day. He went to some kind of function, entrepreneurship function.
Okay.
When I saw that, I was like, this is a space I can expose myself to. Right? Like different type of people, entrepreneurs inside one room, sharing different ideas. I need to be there, absorb information like a sponge,
just
my
be
guy.
there to
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just be there to listen. just squeeze me in that notion, just to get different ideas from people. That's why when I'm in university, when I'm in campus, I make sure that I listen to different type of people. I listen to my lecturer. When we go to his office and when we chill there, he talks about it life, he talks about academia, he talks about different things. And I put myself in positions where people who are actually intelligent and who look at life in a different way, I put myself in those positions so that I can be able to gather information, because that is also a skill.
You see, my brother, that's a beauty of surrounding yourself with people. Just be there to listen to different ideas, and just have your own idea. And just be there, man. Like I love
putting yourself in those places is amazing, bro. Because because me, I look at myself and I'm thinking, I look at myself and I see an innovator. I see a revolutionist. I see someone who's going to change something in this world, one way or another. I'm gonna change something. One way or another, I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, you have to.
One way or another, I'm going to change something, right? So for me to do that, I need to be equipped with skills, certain type of skills that ordinary people do not have. You know what I'm saying? Like from where I come from, if I can tell you my story, from where I come from, I shouldn't be here. I really, really shouldn't be here, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm here.
But you're here.
You know what I'm saying?
Real, like,
because I pushed. Where I was living and where the situation, people who grew up know the situation. Like the situation I went from being a child, from a teenager until now, is when you look at that track record and you look at my past, you ask yourself, how did I get here? But I did get here because I have that mindset of never giving up, of pushing myself every single time. And I got there by having this skill of putting myself, like I'm like Impugane, dog. You know, I'm like a fly. I just think. You know what I'm saying? I can just think and just absorb information. You know what I'm saying? And just listen to people and having different chapters in people's lives is a great asset.
Yeah, my brother. In terms of just networking, I remember back in high school, I met Abanbaba Asset, people from this organization called Asset. Those people actually helped me a lot, bro. They exposed me in so different things that I can actually go through in about many opportunities. And like for an example, I remember I once told you that I went to Germany.
Oh yeah.
Just because
international.
Of that, like, international. Like I went there, like bro.
I'm at the continental.
Before that, bro, like I used to think about, like I didn't have born that mindset of, like, am I that special?
I went to Germany.
But there's something, dog. I always felt, but there's something born inside me that is telling me, but I have to like expose myself into different kinds of environments. So these people came and then they introduced us into robotics. Then we were taught robotics. And then, the rest was history. We went to Germany. We went there to compete with different countries. Even when I went there, even when I was there, I still had to network, chief. I got new friends, but then, the contacts, I lost them in my old phone. Yeah, chief. Yeah, like for real. A big dead ass. But man, even when I was there, like, I was getting to know new people. Learning like a bit of hello and hi in different languages, just to be there, man, and be present. It's very important to actually be present. Wherever you are, just be there and be present and be heard, for sure.
What do you think about the stereotype that people have about varsity students? Do you think it's real, or judging from your experience, like the people we surround ourselves with, because I feel like we're in the same circle, like we move around the same people. Do you think that stereotype or that notion is real? Like the only thing we like doing is going to we don't attend. We don't attend lectures. We go to groove and then we do all of those things and we just party, man. We just love this thing, man.
You see, my brother, my thought about that is some of the things are real. I'm honest. Some of the stereotypes out there are real. And these things happened. yeah, but guys, these things happen. Yeah, it's in Vasit, you know. At the end of the day, it's in Vasit. So some of the things actually do happen, but then you as a person also have to surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people that will actually tell you, "Uba, lendo yenzayo ngoku, what you are doing is wrong. What you are doing is right." Yeah, but those kind of people. Other than that, to go to grooves, have fun. Don't attend lectures. It's part of life. It's part of the life. It's part of life it's part of this life that we're living here in Varsity. So yeah, man, I would say so. About you, my brother, I want to ask you the same question. What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
The stereotype is not real for me.
It's not real. Okay.
It's not real.
Okay, elaborate.
Man, I don't know, bro. I feel like I've met so many people, different personalities in the Varsity, right? There are some people. Okay, there are some people like that, right? Who go to parties and not attend classes. That's reality. There are people like that.
There are a lot.
But the stereotype is putting everyone in the same bracket.
Okay.
That's not real in the Varsity. Because you have some other people that actually go to Varsity and they study, they join churches, they there, man, they present, but then they're not present in that extent. They go to groove and all of that. Some people don't even drink in Varsity.
But my brother, do you realize that things that are being done by the majority can also affect that minority?
They can also affect that minority if that minority is lacking self-introspectives.
Okay.
If you don't know yourself, if ungazazi ukuthi ungubani uyaphi empilweni, you are going to be affected by the majority. I'm not saying as a person, amajita akho ephuma ehamba ewenza ubumnandi, don't go. But then uyazazi wena ukuthi unjani, angithi, right? You know yourself and you know your limits and you know your boundaries. Angadluli ama-bound. So if I'm saying mina right now, if I'm saying you and Jens are going out, I'm like, let me tag along. I don't drink. So if I get there and I see you drinking, I mustn't be influenced by you guys. You know what I mean? I mustn't be influenced by you guys because I know I don't drink. I'm just here chilling with the niggas. I'm not saying I'm not gonna chill. I'm not gonna chill with you now because you're drinking. You're my friends at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides the fact that you're drinking, you actually are genuine people. Just tell them I don't drink. It's a life choice.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why I'm saying the majority can affect the minority if the minority lack self-introspective.
Yeah, to touch on that, I think, in all, what you are trying to say is that people mustn't change their values.
Yes, and morals.
Because of the surrounding.
Yes.
Understood. Okay.
They mustn't change that, bro. Even if you can, I'm not saying, bro, do not do things that people. I mean, I'm young, bro. I'm only 19, dog.
Yeah, we're young, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I need to enjoy my youth.
But
But I shouldn't enjoy my youth at the cost of my future. That's where I'm going.
That was beautiful.
That's where I'm going. I must enjoy my youth. Trust, bruh. Trust. I'm gonna do what every teenager does. I'm gonna have girlfriends. I'm gonna break up with girlfriends. I'm gonna go to parties. I'm gonna do everything that a teenager does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I must limit myself to the point where I don't do it to the point where it determines my future. Because I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
But this guy is laughing. I know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so, I feel like in this space, most people don't know exactly where they are going. Here, like specifically here in Varsity. Yeah. People are lost, bro.
Very lost.
Yo, bro. People are lost, bro.
Very lost, bro.
I don't want to make any examples, ne? But there's this other friend. I don't want to
talk, bro. This is a platform where we give a voice to young people, but like,
you see, sometimes
talk your shit.
You see, sometimes you mustn't actually watch a person getting lost and not say anything. I've tried by all means to talk to this person. I'm like, bruh, leave drugs, man.
No.
Leave them. They're not for you. So now it's very hard for me to actually voice out what I think is wrong to this person, and then this person chooses not to leave what I'm telling him to leave. I'm like, hey, my brother, your parents brought you here in varsity thinking you become this person, like have izinto zakho, like have a proper job,
Mm.
fix your life and just be good. And then you are doing these things. So now, what are you thinking about the parents? What are you thinking about the family, the siblings? What are your thoughts about that? Yeah, well, it's very hard, bro, to actually witness such things happening to the youth. Yes, because drugs, it's a big issue. It's a very big issue towards abantu abafana nathi. So yeah, man, those are the things we actually come across here in varsity, and then at the same time, you mustn't forget about, okay, mna ndize apha for ABC and D, so I mustn't change. Yeah.
So, as a person, to a person right now, or who has a dream of coming to varsity, who has a dream of pursuing a certain degree, who has a dream of pursuing that degree and getting a job and having a sustainable life, who has a dream of changing the situation in the back at home, who has a dream of breaking the generational curse. What can you say to them? What message do you have to them when they want to come to varsity? What can you say to them? Yeah.
You see, my brother, one thing I can say now is we are all dreamers. But then we differ in terms of the dreams that we want to achieve.
Okay.
So one thing I can say to that young person or that grade 12 that is actually going to come here next year is be yourself in this space. Allow yourself to get exposed into things that will lead you to where you want to go. For an example, attend those classes, man. Although this exeni.
They have eight class. You be hitting different. Like,
Although the classes that have 8. I think that
you know it's funny. Before you finish, you know it's funny. We used to wake up at 5:30 when we went to school. Now you can't even wake up at 8. I don't know where I had that. Sure. Please.
Coming to that again is that just go there, brother. Attend those classes. Yeah, well, you mustn't change the values that you got from home. Important things that you should do. For an example, pray before you sleep, pray before you eat. Those things actually guide you or lead you to where you want to go in life. They lead you specifically to your destination. So, to your destiny. So, all in all, magabeilendo afuna
To add on that, my brother, I feel like my advice would be quite different from that. My advice would be know yourself.
That's a deep one.
Stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And do not come to varsity thinking that you're only here for a degree only. Learn to move around and acquire new skills or acquire new knowledge besides academia knowledge. Because you can be smart. Oh, another thing I wanted to say. See the A's that you got in high school?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. All the A's that you got in high school, then you had the highest in junior class.
I'm not trying to discourage.
No, we're being real. Dead them. Like, forget about them, bro. Like, when you get into that class in varsity, just think about the time you entered grade R, starting all over again. Remove everything that you know.
I remember back in last year, in first year. I used to chow physics in high school. I was in the top class, bro. Like, you see, the top 5. I was there. But when I got into varsity,
no man used to kill us, dog.
I never know. You never know until you know. I'm like, damn.
The thing we're trying to tell you is that have an open mind when you come to varsity. Have an open mind and be ready to learn, man. Be ready to be taught because there's a lot of things that's happening here. Varsity is nice.
Yeah.
and bad at the same time. It's a combination of the two. So yeah, know yourself, know your morals, stay true to your morals. Don't allow them to be changed. Know what you came here for, but at the same time still have fun, network, learn new things, see new places, expand as a human being.
True.
That's all I can say. Unless you have something else to
man.
say, you can just
Nothing much, man. Amazi ukugqibela asuka kumi ikhulumani ijan is Magwani Bumi. Inkosi.
It was the episode for today. I am your host, Ujol Kangebo Mpankom. I go by the name of Awintu, and this was the Collection Podcast where we fix the country or the future one topic at a time. Thank you.